guys, welcome to the Roblox Detective channel. Today I will talk about the history of Roblox doors, and this is the first video of this series. Anyways, I will start to talk about the overview, then entities, items, trivia, gallery, and references. So let's get into the video. Doors is a multiplayer Roblox horror game inspired by Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion and Nico Rock's 555's room game on Roblox. Doors was co-developed by Lightning Splash and RediblesQW. It centralizes around traveling through rooms with various entities encountered along the way. The game was first released to Roblox on August 10th of 2022. Indoors, one can play solo or with a team of 2 or 4 players, up to 12 in a private server. However, is not recommended. Exploring various rooms in a haunted hotel. The objective of the game is to reach the end of the current floor by surviving through various rooms without dying to the entities that inhabit them. Currently indoors, there's just one floor, and floor 2 doesn't have a release date. Players can also find items during their run that can be used to aid the user and their group, with different items rotating through each new door. Okay, so we can see that Doors is a new horror game that 2 or 4 players can play, and the objective is to reach floor 100 and survive the enemies. Let's see the entities now. Doors has various entities that the players can encounter throughout the game. Each entity has a unique method of attacking the player. Wishlist, not every entity will kill them. Each has a unique jump scare. Entities are the main roadblocks that players must face in order to advance. They are different in mechanics and difficulty, along with some being encountered more rarely than others. Certain audio cues or visual imagery can warn you before an entity spawns in. Entities list: figure, seek, screech, jack, guiding light, ambush, halt, eyes, dupe, glitch, hide, Timothy, window, shadow, El Goblino, Jeff, void, snare, and Bob. 19 unique entities that you can find in the hotel. Cool thing, the entities are named by the player themselves. They don't have a real name. The entities are cool, but what about the items? Let's see. Throughout Doors, players will encounter various items within containers that are littered throughout the various rooms and hallways that can be used at their disposal. The most common of these items include the lighter, flashlight, lockpick, and the vitamins. Items list: lockpick, flashlight, lighter, vitamins, candle, room key, crucifix, skeleton key, shake light, and scanner. There are more items, but you can't keep them forever in your inventory like these. These ones can be in your inventory forever unless you use it. Okay, now it's time for trivia! So this is the trivia. I screenshotted it in the wiki page and I put it in here because it's too much stuff and I don't want to say too much stuff. So yeah, just pause to read it. This is some cool things about Doors. Now the gallery. I took a screenshot of the gallery in the wiki. Here's the gallery from Doors. If you want to see or save one of these things, the link is in the description. Time for the last thing, the references. Same thing, I don't want to read all of this. But guys, that is for today's video. I promise that I won't take a while to make a new video. Bye!